And of course, the last thing you always want to ask is, did you reach that learning target? Like this was talking about assessment. Do you think you have a clearer understanding of assessment and how assessment leads to actual, not testing, but to instruction, directing where the instruction should go? This is always a question that I ask. In fact, I normally take the learning target and I normally ask that as my closing for the day. So whenever my students are leaving the classroom, I say, hey, were we able to distinguish between magnets and electricity? Were we able to find out how they were the same? How did we know that? And so I'm taking my learning target and I'm making it the closing or making it the ticket out the door. When you have a learning target, what you're going to find is that learning target is going to be used over and over and over again. You're going to find that as your filler for the classroom. It's going to allow your students to get back on track. And what it also will allow you to do is your students will then ask themselves, they'll become what we call metacognitive or reach metacognition, where they're self aware enough to even ask themselves the question: did I reach the learning target that was given to me? So when we come into your classroom, things that we are wanting to see. To one, do you have a learning target? Two, does your learning target match your assessment? And then three, are your students able to hit that learning target because it's held still for them? And that is the thing that you always want to ask. So let's say you get an assessment, the scores are not great. You're like, what did I do wrong? You want to go back. Did your learning targets match up with that assessment? If not, then maybe that assessment wasn't accurate. And so that's an important part to understand. If your assessment, if your learning targets are matched up with your assessment, I promise you, you are going to see some success and you'll see more success as you go on. But that all depends upon your lessons have to match up with what assessment you're doing. Because if your lessons don't match up with that assessment, it becomes essentially a day wasted or 2 day wasted or a week wasted. It has taken me a long time to realize that in my life. Sometimes I'd have great assessments, sometimes I wouldn't. But as I got more and more as a veteran teacher, I started recognizing my students only do well if I give them the target for them to hit. That's why it's important. I hope this has been informative for you. And I hope this helps you out as the beginning of the year when you go, I don't know what to do. Look at your assessments first. That should tell you how you should teach a certain lesson. And from there, you will be able to walk in the steps of being an effective teacher. Thank you.